Hello YouTube, Danester83 back again. Sorry about that. This is the first of two videos I'm going to be shooting today, so bear in mind I'll have the same t-shirt on. It's just a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 video. They're both basically going to be video responses to videos I've watched recently. This first one being a response to Novabug, who he does a Friday Foursome. Obviously I think he does it one Friday a month, but he's taking a break from doing it. He's a channel I've recently started watching, albeit he's a very big channel. I personally have only just stumbled across him. Got superb content, loads of really cool stuff in the background that I noticed that he's got, and in his last video he's wearing a Cactus Jack t-shirt, which is really cool. Yeah, he's got loads of stuff in the background that draws my eye too. Basically his Friday Foursome is where you pick 4 of your favourite games. I think currently are the ones I've seen, and this month's sports titles. So fittingly enough, I've got a sports title in the background. Although it hasn't made my list, it's Anna Kournikova's Smash Court Tennis, which was on the PlayStation, which I think anyone who was my age purely bought because Anna Kournikova was on it. Not the greatest of tennis players in the world. Obviously she's better than average because she made the top so many, but I think she was much better at advertising things than she was at tennis. Although I do remember watching a lot of her play, not for her tennis ability. As I say, you can see there, she probably doesn't look like that now. Anyone who can tell me if she still looks that hot, fair enough. But Anna Kournikova's Smash Court Tennis, and it's actually a pretty good game. It's not a serious tennis game, as you can see when the demonstration comes on, but it is a cool game and I remember playing a lot of it. But unfortunately it's not made the cut for my 4 today. I thought I'd do it a bit different to everyone else. These are my 4 favourite games that I remember playing as a kid, sports games, because that's when I spent a lot of my time playing sports games, is as a kid. Now I try and deter away from it. I don't want to buy FIFA every 12 months when it comes out, because basically how much more can you keep improving on that game? Surely by now they should have mastered the system of how to play that game. It's football at the end of the day. But there is one football game in this of my 4. But my first one, it's going to be on the Mega Drive. It wasn't actually this edition I used to play as a kid. It was the original NBA Jam, but this is the copy I've got, which is the tournament edition now. Again, I wasn't really into basketball as a kid. The only reason I know probably 2, maybe 3 basketballers from that era is because of this game for 2 of them, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, who were the Chicago Bulls players. And if this game had you believe it, Scottie Pippen was probably only about 5'2". He probably wasn't in real life, I don't know. And Patrick Ewing, because I believe my parents bought me a pair of Patrick Ewing trainers because we had basketball at school, and I hated basketball because I was rubbish at it. Although I was one of the taller kids, I didn't like basketball. I was no good at it. I played football, that was it. But NBA Jam, what a brilliant game this is. Let's have a look what year this was released. 1994, so you're talking 22 years ago, and I'm still saying the sayings that are on these games. If like one of my mates throws a ball in a basketball hoop, you know, it's that iconic of a game. It wasn't a serious basketball game, it was a 2-on-2 game. But any kid of my age, well obviously you're not a kid now, you're in your 30s, played loads of hours into NBA Jam, and that's why it's on my top 4 of my favourite sports games, because it was just cool. As I say, you know, 22 years later and I'll still bang this in the machine and enjoy it. I probably won't bang one of the, I don't know, Woodlin's going to shoot me now, one of the new NBA games in, because it's just not my cup of tea. It's way too serious. I don't understand the rules of basketball. I understand how you play this game. That's my level of basketball. Right, moving on to my next one. Now I class this as a sport, and I can't think of any other genre this would fall into when it comes to gaming, so I'm putting it in because it's an extreme sport. And again, it's a sport that you know, if I was to go outside and probably have a go at this, I'd hurt myself or look stupid, and that would have been the same years ago. And that's Tony Hawk's, and it's the Pro Skater series, because although the game did go on past this with, I think it was American Wasteland and stuff like that, I absolutely love the Pro Skater series from the PS1 to the PS2, obviously, as you can see. I'll try and get that glare off here. brilliant game. It was so nice to control. It was obviously a bit like SSX Tricky and your snowboarding games. Obviously I played Cool Boards when that first came out on the PS1, and this just took it to a whole new level where you had to find the ramps, do the tricks, do the grinding. I know nothing at all about skateboarding. The only skateboarder I know is Tony Hawk's, and it's because of this game, and it's a good game, and that's why it's on my list. Moving on, I'm going to put my football game in next. Now, I played all the FIFAs from the original FIFA Soccer, and I even play this current year's when I have a game with the little one. But I'm not picking a FIFA game because FIFA games change so much over the years, whereas this was different. This was sensible soccer, although it wasn't really that sensible because I remember they had made up names and some of them were quite funny. I'm sure there was a Walker's crisp team and it was like crisp flavours or something. But much like Italia 90, the overtop view, as well as Kickoff, I just think sensible soccer, although Kickoff's just been re-released and I know Retro Gamer Addict Lee loves it and it does look pretty cool, I'd love him to make a remake of this as well because it just seemed faster, more fluid, and it was just fun. I mean, I think I probably spent as much time editing stuff on this game as I did playing it. Like, it was the first time you could feel you could change stuff in a game, I remember, when I was a kid. Obviously FIFA brought that in the later years, because obviously these didn't have the rights to the names of the players and stuff like that, so they had various different stuff in. But it did seem fast paced. It wasn't generic of how you could score and stuff like that, although there was certain ways if you knew you shoot it was probably going in. But it was just fun, and I think I had it both on the SNES. Obviously I've got it on the SNES here, and I had it on the Mega Drive. I never had it on the Amiga because I was never into that sort of gaming back then. I never was into, like, I'd gone past computing gaming then. I ain't got time in my life for loading. Obviously I didn't know stuff had moved to floppies and stuff like that. I wanted to plug the cards into play. So yeah, Sensible Soccer is on my top 4. And Novabug mentioned about competing with his brother playing a game, and this last game got a ridiculous amount of competition between me and my brother because we both owned a PlayStation 1. We both had a copy of this game, and we used to go into each other's rooms and try and beat each other's records on each other's memory cards, so when the next time the person turned it on to play it, it would annoy them that we broke their record. And it's international track and field on the PlayStation. If you've never played this game, then your hands will be thankful. It's probably one of the fewest things I can say, because to get the top scores you had to do ridiculous things. Where's my controller? I'm going to show you the different techniques that we used to use to try and beat it. Obviously originally when you get it, I'm sure it was X and circle we used to do that. That's not going to get you a high score. Then we developed holding the controller like that up by the ear, banging it as fast as we can. That might get you a high score. Then we went to the extremes of getting some electric tape, taping up your thumb and rubbing it across there as fast as you could. If you never broke a PlayStation controller playing this game, you was not taking it serious enough. And for that reason, this is probably my top pick, because it was competitive, it was a good laugh. You could have like a group of you playing it and you'd all be trying to bust your ass getting a high score on it. So that's my top 4. So you've got NBA Jam, Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters, Sensible Soccer, and International Track and Field. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll put a link to Novabug's original video, because obviously he's the one who sets this. Everyone does a response. And this is the first time I've took part in it, so as he says, I've just broke my cherry and done my Friday Foursome virginity. Yay, I feel I'm not going to expose what age again. But anyway, as always with my channel, thanks for watching. Always like, comment and subscribe. I'll try and get back to you all. I'll see you on my next video, which will be in a couple of minutes. Try for now.